Welcome back. We've been building a streaming music service in Phoenix and Elixir. And I think in the last video we were working on the player. We had just gotten audio working. And yeah, we're doing that kind of thing. So I've been thinking about kind of where we were at. And one of the things that occurred to me is that the HTML media element can actually toggle, can have its pause state toggled. In other words, can begin playing or stop playing. Not just when we do it from our JavaScript code here, like when the button is clicked, but also for other reasons. So the system is also at liberty to play or pause our media, perhaps in response to a hardware button being pressed or like a system level software control being used, or for who knows what reasons, like we're not in charge. So I think, given that, I think I want to put this code here that changes the current time. I think I want to put that into the play event handler, so that anytime the audio begins playing, we'll seek to the correct time. And then another concern here is, like, we're really not handling the case where the current time would be set past the duration of the media. Now we should have already downloaded the next, or started setting the next media on there, but this is something I want to keep in mind in case we run into trouble with it, is we might have to add some special handling around that case, and I'm not sure exactly what that handling is going to be. One of the thoughts that I had is it may be the case that we would actually need to, like, cancel the playing somehow, because if it may be the case that trying to set the current time past the end would just not do anything, and it would start playing like somewhere in the middle. That's probably not the right experience, but we'll play around with it a little later and see if any of that actually has to be done. And it may be the case that it's a little different on different platforms too, so that'll be fun. So we really don't need this time update event. I was just curious to see that that was working the way that we thought, and it looks like it is. So let's keep it for now. I think I'm going to make, so one of the things I'd like to have visible to the listener is how much time remains on the current audio that's being played. And I don't think that we want to get it from here, from the HTML media element. I think we're going to want to track it ourselves. But to explore that, I think I want to see both options visible at the same time and decide. So yeah, let's actually leave this here for now. But let's make a new event listener for the play event. And let's see, so this is pretty good. Play button, click, and we'll just do the play here now. Use this here. Audio play. Player play. don't want to put these things here. We'll just drop the event. Yeah, so I think that's okay. Let's see if it's so okay that it works. So we should have Is it already over? Yeah, it looks like it already played through, so that would have been a bumper. So how did that work out? So the play button click happened. Can you see this okay? Let me, oh, wrong thing. There we go. You can probably see that okay, huh? So we got the play button click, and then the audio player play, and so how much do you want to bet that this audio player time update might be when we actually set the current time? I'm guessing that that gets called even when it's our own thing that triggered it, but we'll see. Or, well, actually we won't see. I don't think it matters, but so yeah, that works. Let's see it actually. Yeah. So it brought us right into the correct point of the song and everything, so pretty good. Yeah. And hitting pause, the hardware key pauses it. So that's cool. So that's a good start on handling that case. So let's show the, let's put somewhere to show this time. And where would be a good place to do that? Let's put it on the same line as the button. Let's have a span audio player remaining, and then let's have another span audio remaining. So of course I'll get rid of one of these before the thing goes live, but I just want to see both of them here. So this, so you know what I'd like is, let's make a little function to format time duration into minutes and seconds. Duration. Oh yeah, look at that. We should have, it's probably an object. Time duration in milliseconds. Let's go with milliseconds. We've still got that mismatch, but whatever. Returns string formatted duration in minutes and seconds. So format duration now. how's that going to work? So I think let's take a peek. Math dot. There's a modulus operator? Do I remember that right? Yeah, JavaScript modulus operator. That's the remainder. That's okay. Yep, that's what I'm thinking of. And so we should be able to say seconds equals duration divided by 1,000. Minutes equals seconds mod 60. And I guess we don't need the 0.0. And we want to come back. Could we just... I think, here, let's do this. There's got to be math.round. Rounded to the nearest integer works for me. Good, so we got an integer there. Oh, yeah, thanks. I heard you yelling at the screen this time. You've really improved your clarity and loudness, mostly, of speech. I appreciate that. Right, so the remainder, that's going to be like that. And what we need up here is math.floor, I'm guessing, is a thing. Yeah. And that's going to be seconds divided by 60. So kind of like integer division. And then should I be looking for that? There's not an integer division operator, is there? This isn't, yeah. Right. The integer operator, how's that different from floor? Oh, because floor goes towards 0. Which way's right? So if we were at a duration of minus 90 seconds and we divide minus 90 by 60, we get minus 1.5. Floor towards... Floor goes down, doesn't it? It just always goes down, not towards 0. Right, so we would get minus 2 minutes 30 seconds, which is wrong. We do want trunk. Well, that was fortuitous, wasn't it? Okay, so that's maybe what we need. So we're going to return something like, oh... There's not a... yeah, there's not... Is there? String padding functions? Just got to make that up on your own, haven't you? Well, there's something. Is that new? Well, that's pretty new. Yeah, we're not going to be using that. Well, we can say, can we say that? He's like, oh no, we can say, No, you can't say that, can you? How do we cast a string? Cast string to cast number to string. There's a function for it, isn't there? It's toString, number.toString. Yeah, okay. So I didn't hear you that time. You got a little quiet. Yeah. Oh, you knew? Oh, okay. Okay, then. So then we could say something like, is it, man, did I do that wrong? What's going on here? Oh, so I should have just said like that, right? So it'd be like seconds equals like that. My goodness. Am I just nothing does anything? Is that what's happening here? This thing doesn't work the way I thought it did. Huh. What the? Does nothing at all. We're gonna have to do a turn it off and turn it back on situation here. Thanks, Siri. Yeah, I know it's not. You know what I mean. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. And it's like that, right? Okay, so that's kind of what I thought. So we can do less than 2. Fun, right? And then we'll return minutes plus seconds, like that. I think we can make work. Let's see, format duration, 90,000, 1 minute 30 seconds. Well, it's a good enough start for me. Where were we with that? Right here. So let's set the audio remaining. Equals format duration. This dot current time. This dot duration. minus this dot current time, right? How about that? Aside from not working, it's like perfect. Oh, right in the hubris. Oh, I'm sorry. That's probably loud as hell. Right in the hubris. Oh, well, if it makes you feel any better, I kind of hurt my hand doing that too. Jeez. Where do we do that? Yeah, what I should have done. Anyway. Boy, that doesn't work worth a darn. Yeah, okay, I give up. Let's just do it in seconds. Neat. Look at it go. Woo! Okay, so that's one way we can produce that. Another way we could produce that is by starting a timer when we load the audio onto there, right? So we have this audio received time and audio remaining. Now, what we could do is, I'm formulating an idea here. Let's see, set time out. Set interval is what we want. Right. Fixed time delay between each call. So, once we set, all right, so here's what I'm thinking is we need audio remaining out here for now. But what if we put audio received time just in here? And then what if what if we come down here? After that's been, all the metadata is displayed. We'll say okay. So this is, in a way, this is kind of, it's grouped with the metadata for display, and it belongs to the audio. So let's try this. Set interval. Yeah, we're gonna want, boy, we're gonna want to capture that interval ID, or we'll be sad later, won't we? Remaining interval. Okay. Maybe in fact we should say remaining interval dot, is there a cancel? Did I just blow by it? Clear interval. And then we'll set interval, and that, does that take the function first? Yeah. Does that catch an event? No, it's probably not, is it? Yeah, so no arguments, I guess, and so let's I guess, wow, so we could, but we can't totally count on this interval to always fire, unfortunately. Yeah, so we should actually be received remaining. Actually, we don't need to capture that at all. We should put it there, right? Well, I don't have a strong feeling about that, actually. We'll see if we need to make it look snappy. We're going to clear that interval. We've captured the received time. We have the response. So we should be able to say it's really the same calculation, isn't it? Kind of, so oh, I see. We'll come back to that. So put a pin in that, because we'll come back and we'll do this differently there. Metadata age. Okay, so we should capture audio remaining equals response dot remaining here. Well, yeah, I think we'd better, just to make sure it's set. And then we'll continue to update it here, okay? And so this is going to be right, and then offset. Well, we're not calculating the offset now. We're going to do right into audio remaining. is going to be the, we're just going to subtract, no, it's going to be response.remaining minus metadata age. Okay, so I think that's right. And then up here we would want to say that's going to be, yeah, that's still going to be in milliseconds. So we can drop that, and we can collapse that like that, I think. Let's see if it works.
Animals that lay eggs don't have belly buttons. Gas prices got you down? Let the chauffeur worry about it. You're in the lo-fi limo.
Cool. So we got to hear a bumper, that's neat. So that seems to possibly work. It's not totally broken, let's say that for it. So let's, the other thing I'd like to do here is audio, oh, I should have put audio player remaining field, was that what we called it? Audio player remaining field, and then this one down here will be the audio remaining field, format duration, audio remaining. All right, that seems off. That looks more believable. Oh, I never put the, yeah, this is not firing. That's why we check. Delay. I guess let's try 1,000. It's really not firing, is it? What am I missing here? It does fire. Oh, weird. Okay, well, let's see what's going wrong. Metadata age and audio remaining. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I shouldn't have divided that, man. Yeah. There it goes, working. That's pretty good. Of course, it can be off by a little, but well, it remains within a second. I bet we're happy enough with it, right? So what's kind of interesting is even when it's not playing, we can see this one, which is why I bothered to try it out. I think that that might be good to help convey to the listener like what's actually happening here, you know, like to be honest with them and help them develop an accurate mental model of what the player is doing, right? So they can see here that the amount of this song is going by regardless of that they're not hearing it right now. It's just, it's happening in realish time. And there it goes, ticking away. So cool. Let's and then if I hit the pause, yeah, so we have it does, that's cool to see too, that it pulls it into the correct time. So that was something we hoped it would do. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this so far. I think, yeah, okay, so we see that. Well, we got a little flaw in the slaw with our formatting, haven't we? We should probably, so we round that, which I think I'm good with. We might want to take the absolute value too. Okay. Cool. Okay, so the other big thing that to me we should do next to like bring this up to a higher level of functionality is probably to get it to actually play the next song when a song's over. Seems like it'd be a good idea. So this this whole thing should really be a function. And what would we call that? We'd say that this get the current audio, get the current audio from the API, display metadata, start timer, display metadata, and load media on the audio element, audio player element. Okay. So now that's a function, and well, this is starting to feel pretty pretty solid. So we could watch here in this timer. This now we could watch here, or we could set a timeout. Let's say set time remaining interval. Set timeout for next call. Set time remaining interval. Display metadata and load that media. Yeah, I think we're going to do all of those things. So, yeah, so let's set timeout for next call. Let's give ourselves some signposts to follow next time we're in here, because we're doing a bunch of different things in this function. We could factor it out into separate functions, which I'd mostly be okay with, but it's just a pretty linear process. I'm also happy just seeing it here in one function, as long as we put some signposts to say, like, these parts are conceptually separate, right? Timeout. All right, am I getting that right? We looked at set timeout, yeah. So that's gonna be debug current audio timeout. Current audio timeout. Current audio remaining timeout, I think. And so then we'll say current audio. And I think that's all we really need to do. Response.remaining is when we'll do it. There's a chance, I suppose, that we'll get tripped up and somehow still have audio playing when this gets called. So it could be preferable, I suppose, to wait and perform this call instead when the media element ends. So I think there's a event for that we could look at. But we'll see how this works, because it's real simple to do. Let me throw a couple more signposts in here for us. Set time remaining interval. Display metadata. And load the media player audio element. Load media on audio player element. Okay, so let's just see if it works. Oh, right, so we need to actually call this function once. And, okay. So we'll see. See, this it's getting about time to wrap this video up. I see I don't have a ton of time left on my recording media. So, yeah, well, I'll check this out on my own time, and you don't need to sit here and listen to a whole song, but I'll see how it does. And so I'll say, next time we'll be looking more at this. We'll probably do the same thing for the backgrounds. If this works, great. If it doesn't, we'll fix it. And then we'll see what we want to dive into next. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're enjoying this video series. If you have any comments, suggestions of what I could have done different in the code, or questions about why I did things the way I did, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to chat about it. Maybe we can learn something from each other. And that goes for the videos themselves too, the content, the technical aspects of the video. If you have a suggestion of something I could do better, please let me know. And really, if you have a question, I'm not an expert, but I'd be happy to share what I do know. If this is something you're looking to get into as well, be happy to share what I know. So till next time, take care.